Um, by ethnic groups, I mean they speak French and German. But it is world foods that we deal with, and their cousins are here in the United States already. They just came in a different form, and they call them ethnic groups. I have had 2 years ago, I presented and had a good time presenting because I have had to go into retrospective about what food means to everyone, to each one of us. Food is very important in our lives, not because they feed us to stay alive, but also connected to us tightly. So, if you happen to be traveling to Alaska or to Russia or to France, Paris, to all of those exotic places, you're looking for food. Because after you do everything else and you come back to being yourself, you want to eat. And so food and culture and everything go together. I told a story when I first came into the United States. It was I run into drama at the Costco's because when I was leaving my village, my parents and my friends worried that I would not find the type of food that I eat over there. So they packed food for me. Little did I know that fresh food didn't get in. They took my mangoes, they took my coconut, and they took everything else that looked fresh. And I was very slighted. I said, "Is this America?" I was not very happy. But thank God for America. Everybody else was here before me, and they brought food with them. And yeah, my friend who came to fetch me at the airport didn't get too much out of me because I was already out of control. I was looking for a way to get my food to Philadelphia. When we get there, I was in security, so I wasn't saying too much. So he got my drift, and next day he took me to the food store and kind of walked in the alleys and into where foods are, food that he suspected I may like. And I found the mangoes, and I found the rice, and I found all the types of food the coconut too. I found it. And so I say all this to say what? To say that we need food. And if you go on a vacation anywhere in the world, and the one thing that's going to make you go back to that place will be food, besides culture. And if you go to Paris and you didn't like the food, then I don't think you'll go again, which I don't think so. Because the food in Paris is quite good. But it is not like your pancakes, your Sunday morning pancake breakfast. It's not like your Sunday morning, American breakfast. The tall glass of milk or orange juice. In Paris, and my friends in Paris, they say, "Well, you guys are spoiled. It's because they give you shot glasses of orange juice." And they come here and we put a gallon of orange juice on the table. So food is very, very important. I have started this movement several years ago, starting from Africa, where I created an agricultural training center to train subsistence farmers as well as school dropouts and village entrepreneurs who are interested in innovating their farming skills. And when I left there, I came back this way because I had a dream, and the dream told me that I have to go save all the Africans because they are suffering because they can't find their food in America, their fresh food. So I said, well, it would be a good idea to come here and start growing certain vegetables that Africans like. And so I started growing vegetables wherever I can find space under the apartment building, and all of a sudden it progressed, and I moved to Baltimore to be closer to rural environment. And so in Jessup, Maryland, I was fortunate to find a large garden. And in the middle of the garden, I had also a smokehouse. And in the smokehouse, I smoked fish, meats, and whatever else. And so that was my enterprise. When you come to the smokehouse, then you bought the smoked fish, which was very, very important for West Africans. They put smoked fish in chicken soup, smoked fish in beef, smoked fish just for the flavor. So smoked fish, not only do they eat it, they also flavor their cooking with it. What do you flavor your cooking with? Here mostly herbs. Herbs, of course. Besides herbs, they use herbs as well. But the smoked fish is something they just have to have in their soup. And so I was providing smoked fish and fresh vegetables. So one day, I told myself I have to take this to another level. I have to find out exactly how these plants grow. And in this environment, even though they are growing, I still don't have the scientific answer. So I turned myself into University of Maryland, Eastern Shore at the Small Farm Institute. And it became a program. And so for 10 years, we run the program, and currently, UDC, the University of the District of Columbia, has just created a new College of Agriculture. And so that's where I am. So you see, my revolution goes on. And I'm still in the quest of food, and also passing it on to you, so that one day you might find a vegetable called boma or sawa in the store, and remember, I told you so. And so I'm giving you the highlights of my whole thing today. And so we are trying to introduce not only immigrants to the fact that they can now find their home food here in the United States, fresh, grown by American or immigrant farmers. And the food will be available, accessible, and affordable. Those two things are very, very important for the shopper. And so we won't leave the indigenous population behind. We want the indigenous population also to eat these foods. So we introduce the population at large to these foods. And so that's our quest for now.